Hey, my name is Matt, and I'm here to help you turn your ADHD from a crutch to a superpower. Okay, I'm talking without medication, simple things we can do to have better results with ADHD. Okay? In this video this week, we're going to talk about how rec therapy can help with ADHD. If you have ADHD, chances are you've spent most of your life being told directly or indirectly that something needs fixing or something's wrong. You might have heard you're too distracted, impulsive, emotional, or too inconsistent. While medication can help some people, many of us, it leaves us with dull personalities and doesn't address root causes, or maybe it's just not the right fit. People who want real tools, not quick fixes, and today we're going to talk about how rec therapy can support with your ADHD in a way that works for your brain and not against it. Remember, ADHD is not a character flaw. There's other options besides medication. Rec therapy can help focus on strength and not deficits. And remember, this video is educational and not medical advice. ADHD, really. Okay, we're talking about ADHD. ADHD often gets misunderstood simply for not being able to focus, but that's not always accurate. ADHD is really a nervous system regulation difference. It affects executive function, such as planning, emotional regulation, motivation, impulse control, task initiation. Many people with ADHD can focus intensely on things that stimulate them and struggle deeply with tasks that don't. This mismatch can lead to shame, burnout, stress, lack of effort because our environment is not supportive of how our brain works. Okay, so remember, ADHD is not about regulation. ADHD is about regulation, not laziness. Hyperfocus and distractibility can coexist with ADHD. Most ADHD interventions focus on changing behavior through discipline, rigid routines, or willpower. And structure matters, definitely. But these approaches can ignore our nervous system. When somebody with ADHD is already overwhelmed and you're telling them to try harder or stick to a plan, it can often backfire. Without addressing sensory needs, emotional safety, intrinsic motivations, lots of systems fail. People start blaming themselves instead of the strategy. Key points. Willpower-based systems don't work long-term. Overstructuring can increase burnout. Shame reduces motivation. ADHD brains need engagement, not pressure. And our nervous system regulation is very foundational. So what is recreation therapy and how does it apply to ADHD? Okay, recreation therapy uses leisure activities like art, sports, music, games, community outings, community integration as systematic treatment to improve physical, cognitive, social, and emotional health for people with illnesses or disabilities and helping them regain independence, build skill, reduce stress, and enhance overall well-being. The therapist creates individual plans using enjoyable, meaning activities to restore function and improve the quality of life and help people successfully participate in their communities. Recreation therapy is a therapeutic approach that uses meaningful activities, movement, creativity, play, leisure, social connections to improve mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Instead of starting with what's wrong, it starts with what brings a person alive. For ADHD, this can be powerful because it works through the body and experiences, not just talk. Recreation therapy can build skills naturally through engagement rather than compliance. Rec therapy uses a thing called API. That's a term we learned, okay? So what we do is we assess, plan, implement, evaluate, and document. Okay? A therapist is gonna assess the client's needs and ability. They'll design and implement treatment plans using activities they like, again, such as crafts, music, drama, adaptive sports, dance or exercise, social skill groups, group games, community outings, leisure education, teaching skills for healthy living and community involvement. That's one of the main things I do at my job, is I teach a lot of leisure education, animal assisted therapy, pet therapy. At my facility, we have an Equivets program where we take patients to be with horses. And we have a therapy dog that comes once a week. Therapy aligns with the ADHD brain, okay? The ADHD brain thrives on novelty, movement, meaning, and immediate feedback. All these are built into rec therapy. When somebody is engaged in a physical or creative activity, their nervous system naturally regulates. Dopamine levels increase, emotional overwhelm decreases, and learning happens organically. Instead of fighting distraction, rec therapy channels energy into experiences that build focus, confidence, and self-trust. Movement supports regulation, novelty increases dopamine, hands-on learning to improve retention, enjoyment increases consistency, and engagement replaces forced focus. What are some recreation tools that can help with ADHD? Recreation therapy uses a lot of intentional activities built into real-world skills. They aren't just random hobbies, they're structured experiences designed to improve regulation, executive function, emotional resilience, and over time these tools can help people feel more capable in their daily life without relying on medication to manage symptoms. Okay, sometimes there's a time and place for medication though. The tools that rec therapists often use: physical activities. I like during the summer, I love to do like bocce ball, ultimate frisbee. I play giant kickball a ton, getting people out and moving, taking patients to PT, creative expression like art therapy, expressive therapy, music, writing, taking patients to visit state parks or parks, social reintegration, teaching them to go back into environments that they're comfortable in, skill building, mindfulness through movements, and sensory regulation activities. And there's a ton more than this. This is just a brief overview. Through recreation. One of the most overlooked aspects of ADHD is the emotional regulation. Rec therapy provides a safe way to process emotions without needing to verbalize everything. Movement and play allow our emotions to move through the body, reducing emotional buildup and reactivity. Over time, people learn how to recognize their internal states and self-regulate without reaching burnout and shutdown. Emotions live in the body. Movement releases emotional tension. Play builds emotional flexibility. When it's safe to fail, it builds resiliency. And regulation improves relationships. Rec therapy helps develop executive functioning skills indirectly through real experiences rather than abstract systems. Planning activities such as preparing materials, navigating social dynamics, reflecting afterward all strengthen executive function because the activity is meaningful, the brain stays engaged without force. Planning through real-world activities, task initiation without pressure, follow through for enjoyment, reflection builds self-awareness, and it builds skills that can transfer into daily life. Who is recreational therapy best for? Recreation therapy can support children, teens, and adults with ADHD, especially those that feel disconnected from traditional therapy models. It's ideal for people who want practical tools, that struggle with talk-only approaches, and want to reduce resilience on medication. It works especially when people want to customize it to their individual interest and lifestyle. Again, you individually plan. ADHD. Problem with ADHD is not perfection. It's increased self-awareness, faster recovery from being overwhelmed, better alignment with personal rhythms. Rec therapy supports gradual, sustainable growth to integrate into real life, not like every other system to maintain. There will be fewer emotional crashes, improved daily functioning, better energy management, increased enjoyment in life, and greater self-acceptance. Closing, this is a different path to move forward, okay? If you tried to fix your ADHD by fighting it by yourself, this is your permission to stop. Rec therapy offers you a different path, rooted in compassion, movement, meaning. You don't become somebody else to function better. You need support that works the way your brain works. You're not behind. You don't need to be fixed. You don't need support to bring enjoyment. Support can bring enjoyment. Progress feels good, and a regulated life is possible. Okay, on my channel, I'm giving you tools weekly to help you better handle your ADHD in a natural way. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I have my Instagram handle, you can DM me if you have any questions about anything I've talked about. Okay, I'm here to work with you, okay, and help you find tools and give you the tools that have worked for me with my ADHD.